Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by the last Hero York Call, joined by Ben Davison. Ben, we've just seen Lee kind of have the first blemish, I suppose, on his record. A draw for Lee tonight. Just sort of your immediate reaction to what we saw.
Yeah, I do think Lee won the fight. I mean, it was, to be honest with you, that's not the main focus. That it was a draw. In terms of the quality of the performance, it was extremely below par. We have to assess that, why that was. We all have to look at ourselves, the team, Lee, and try to come to the foundation of why that performance was the way it was.
Does it still leave, and I know obviously we'll talk about the performance in a second, but I suppose it must still leave a sour taste when you've got people coming in, albeit people who are from MTK and people who want Lee to win the fight, but the general consensus was that Lee won the fight by a couple of rounds.
Yeah, of course. And I do believe that Lee won the fight, but I've got to be completely honest. I'm disappointed that it was a draw, but there's nothing that can be changed about that. But even if he won that fight, I'd still feel the same because the performance was that far below par.
Was it a case of him exchanging or trading with someone that, I know them Argentinians, they're tough, their game, is it exchanging with someone that he didn't really need to exchange with?
It's what he was doing in between the exchanges, when he finished his moments, in terms of Lee, that is. I just think there was a lack of respect for Ruiz, who's, a solid international level opponent, bit of a gatekeeper for fringe world level. And obviously Lee's done what he's done through the domestic scene, the job that he done on Gurphy, who's as solid of a European level, that is European level, 3-4-time European champion. And, I just think there's an element of lack of respect for the opponents at the moment. But at the same time, that's in terms of Lee's mind, but in terms of preparation, we have to look at ourselves. I have to look at myself, instructions, game plans. We have to take responsibility as well.
Obviously, I saw Lee walking out, and I know obviously it's going to hurt tonight. Like I said, first blemish on his record. But in terms of perhaps what he said to you, I know obviously he's going to be emotional right now. But what sort of stuff did he say immediately when you come back to the changing room?
I'm not going to repeat what Lee said because that's between us. Yeah,
I suppose from my side, that's probably an unfair question actually to say what did he say, but I suppose obviously showed signs of disappointment because he will know himself that that's a performance he didn't want.
Of course, Lee's absolutely gutted and, he feels like he's let people down, but he hasn't let people down. Unfortunately, this is part of learning. We know Lee Mcgregor's capabilities and his skill set, but he's also a young man that's achieved, the quickest fighter and the youngest fighter to ever become British, Commonwealth and European champion. So, it's a learning curve, and to be sitting at the level that he's sitting at in such a fashion that he's done it, is unprecedented. So, it takes addressing, and we have to have a look at it, and we just have to delve into things a little bit deeper, mentally, physically, emotionally. In his boxing preparation, in all of his preparation, to work out, where we need to put things right.
Just a final one from me. Do you think this changes the course of what's next for Lee? I know when I spoke to him yesterday, he was saying, look, get through this fight, and it's something big in the summer. Obviously, he's lost the Cash Freak rematch. That's the past now. Something big for May, June time. Do you think this changes the course, or will we still see Lee in a big fight in May or June?
I think Lee will probably need to or want to put that fight right next, and then we'll have to go from there. So I don't know, to be honest. Obviously, it's so soon after the fight.
Yeah. All right, Ben. Thanks for giving me some of your time. And I'm sure we'll speak to you soon.
No problem.
One.